Good afternoon, Princess. A raven has come for you from King's Landing. Oh, it is not permissible for us to read the letters, Your Highness. I'm not sure whom exactly it's from. I'll leave you to it then. Call me if you need anything.
My dearest princess. My thoughts have been consumed by you lately, and I find myself unable to keep these emotions bottled up any longer. Despite our earlier argument, my feelings for you remain unchanged, perhaps even stronger than before. I know our circumstances are complex, and I understand that you've chosen to stay with Aemond. But I can't help but wonder how things might have been different had you chosen otherwise. Forgive me for dwelling on the past, but I can't help but think of the moments we could have shared together. As you enjoy your honeymoon with Aemond, I can't help but feel a pang of envy, knowing that I am not the one sharing those intimate moments with you. It's difficult knowing that he has the privilege of being by your side, while I am left to mourn the lost possibilities. I know it may be selfish of me to admit this, but truth be told, I wish it was me instead. I wish I was the one holding you in my arms, experiencing the joys of new beginnings with you. I wish it was my lips you sought comfort in instead of his. But I am aware that these thoughts are nothing more than wishful thinking. I understand that you have made your choice, and although it pains me, I must respect it. It was wrong of me to call you stupid. I said things I shouldn't have said, and I am sorry for that. Despite the distance between us and the choices we've made, I can't shake the feeling that there's a connection between us that's far stronger than any circumstance or decision. I won't give up on you, even if it's a lost cause. I will continue to hope that someday, somehow, we'll find ourselves together, just as we were always meant to be. Until then, I will hold on to the memory of your laughter, your smile, and the moments we shared. I am forever in your debt, my love. Yours always, Prince Aegon. P.S. There's something else I thought you should know. A tyrannical group loyal to Rhaenyra has resurfaced in King's Landing, tormenting the small folk to sow fear among the people. We are on high alert and staying vigilant in case they make a move against us. I will do everything in my power to keep you safe, my love. Please be cautious during your travels.
Hello, darling. Did you miss me? What's this? It's hardly been a week and we're already receiving ravens. Is it from Mother? Let me see. What? What's the matter? Is it bad? Is it news of my father? Don't get upset. Why would I? Who sent the raven, darling? What's happened? You're starting to worry me. Please, my love, just hand it over. Let me see. How bad could it be? It's from Aegon. You actually read it? What even is this? Some sort of half-assed apology? I can't help but feel a pang of envy knowing that I am not the one sharing those intimate moments with you. Wait, what? I wish it was my lips you sought comfort in, instead of his. What in the seven hells is he on about? I won't give up on you, even if it's a lost cause. I will continue to hope that somehow I can't read this drivel any further. This makes me utterly sick. This isn't some pathetic attempt at an apology. It's a love letter. Why are you reading this? And now that you know, what do you have to say for yourself? Why didn't you just burn it the moment you knew it was from him? All right. So, after reading this rubbish, are you satisfied? Are you happy now? Did it make you feel good to know he feels remorseful? That he's sorry? Why do you even care? No, it makes me feel sick. Do you honestly think I would feel relieved to know some depraved, twisted fool still has feelings for my wife? Why are you so unperturbed by all of this? What reason could you possibly have to read this drivel? Why do you insist on taunting me with this thing between you and my brother? Are you trying to drive me insane? You can't fix him, you know that, right? If that's what this thing is about. This desire to save him from himself is a fool's errand, darling. Do you have feelings for him? Be honest. Are you in love with my brother? Or maybe you're just with me because you feel sorry for me. Or since our marriage was arranged, you feel forced to be with me. Tell me, princess. No more sugarcoating. No more lies. No more bullshit. No? Well, you keep entertaining his attention even after I told you to stop. I know you don't want to be mean, but he takes your kindness as an invitation, as some reciprocal exchange between the two of you. He's completely crossed the line, and you still keep letting him cross it over and over again. You're not stupid. You know how this looks. That's what really grinds my gears. I just don't understand. I told you to cut him off, and you agreed. You said you'd stop engaging with him. And yet you read his letter. Why did you read it in the first place? What was so important about that damned letter that you had to read it? Yes, you've said as much, but don't you dare try to shift the focus onto me. I made mistakes too, yes. I've admitted to that. But I've made strides to make it up to you. I've given you nothing but love and loyalty. Don't you think I deserve the same in return? I can't even trust you to keep your word about my brother. It makes me doubt your intentions, darling. It really does. You kept your promise for a while, but then you go and read his letter. I hate that I'm even having to ask. I hate the doubt and insecurity that this brings. Tell me why. Explain your reasoning. You know how this looks to me? You're standing there as if you're favoring him over me. Please, I need to know. You what? Why didn't you tell me? You and him talking about such intimate, personal things, being so friendly. Why didn't you tell me? Why would you hide that? Gods. Of course I'm angry. Have you lost your mind? I'm angry he ruined our wedding and is now trying to ruin our honeymoon. But more than anything, I'm angry that you never mentioned the fact that you had formed a close bond with him. That you turned to him for comfort over me. When you came to live in the Red Keep, I had to hear from him that you were struggling to adjust. Not from you. I know, but you told him everything, darling. I'm trying to understand how you could possibly do that. After everything we've been through, the bond we've developed, you kept this secret about your friendship with him for months. You kept this secret about the one person I can't stand having a place in your heart. After everything I've told you. I just need to know why. Yes, we're close now and you're finally telling me the truth now. But before, you did indeed feel something for him, didn't you? And he noticed. Why else would he be comfortable enough to give you a kiss at that party? You forgot to mention that integral part, darling. Because you didn't want to upset me. And how's that going for you, princess? Place yourself in my shoes. Had I carried on like this with another woman in secret, how would you react? Seriously. And not just a random woman. One you loathe completely. One that's tormented you endlessly for years. Betrayed you countless times and laughed about it. Oh, of course he did this on purpose. It makes sense now. He's trying to sabotage us from the very beginning. And that wasn't a love letter he sent. It was a declaration of war. He sent that letter because he knew the timing would be the most damaging. He did it to hurt me, hurt us. I don't give a damn if they'd call me Kinslayer. I could kill him. He's crossed me for the final time. I swear there's a special place in the lowest of the 7 hells just for him, and I will make sure he gets there, personally. You told him everything, every thought, every emotion that went through your head, things I still don't know. You didn't hold back with him. You weren't afraid to open yourself up and speak your mind. You were the epitome of honesty with him. I was the one standing there like a fool, waiting patiently, holding back everything inside. Why could you be so honest with him, but not me? No, you weren't. You weren't. You weren't honest from the start. You kept this from me, this secret about your friendship with him. I never did anything like that to you. I never went and sat with another woman late into the night, sharing secrets, sharing every single vulnerability with them. How would you feel if you came across me sitting with another woman, pouring my heart out, having intimate conversations with her about everything that happened throughout my day? Every thought that entered my head, you'd want to rip her limb from limb. No, stop talking. You're just going around in circles. I'm trying to make sense of this, and there's no sense to be had. You just don't get it, do you? You're so damn foolish, so oblivious and blind. All this time I tried to be patient, I listened, I tried to understand. I even tried to put myself in your position. I tried. But it doesn't matter, does it? All of this is completely lost on you. And I don't think there's anything I could do to make you understand my frustration. Yes, I hate everything about this situation, this whole damn thing. I hate that I've kept myself up at night worrying about you and him, the things you're saying to each other and all the confessions you make to him. He's in love with you, and you're just so damn oblivious to it. And you have the damn nerve to act like I'm overreacting. You keep saying that it's nothing, that it's platonic, but what about the fact he's in love with you? What about the fact that he kissed you? And for crying out loud, you almost let things get physical between you two at that damn feast. Don't think I don't know about that. You should have been friends with anyone else but him. Why him? Why him? The one person I loathe with everything I am. Of course I damn well hate him. You've known this the whole time. And now you tell me you have this intimate, friendly bond with him, and you think I just have to forgive you and accept it without question? You expect me to just get over it and move on? Forget all about the fact that you two have been talking behind my back and sharing deeply personal things? That you are fine with him being in love with you, but you still insist on defending this friendship? Yes, I know that it wasn't intentional. You didn't mean to develop a closeness with him. But damn it, Princess, that changes everything. You gave him so much of yourself that should have just been mine. Why couldn't you reserve that love and closeness for me? Why did you feel the need to give him so much of yourself? That's the damn point I can't stop thinking about. You loved him first. You loved him before me. I can't help but feel like I'm just something you settled for. Do you expect me to believe that? How can you say that? When you showed him a complete other side of you, you showed him this loving, caring side, this side that you've always had me chasing, yet you just so willingly and freely gave it to him. You're telling me you didn't feel anything towards him? Was it just guilt or pity that made you listen to everything he said? You don't love him, but you just so intimately and willingly shared your heart with him. You don't love him, right? The second you and I hit the first rough patch in our marriage, the very first time our relationship hit a snag, you did what? You went to run off and spill every last thought and feeling you had to him? You didn't come to me, you didn't try to resolve it with me, to speak your mind to me. Instead, you went and shared every single vulnerable thought to him behind my back. You didn't trust me with the most intimate parts of yourself, but to him you completely opened up. You're right. I probably would have ripped a man apart if I came home and found some guy sitting there with his head in your lap. I would have been enraged, and yet I'm just supposed to sit back and watch you be intimate, open, and honest with him. And then just forgive everything just because you weren't aware of the intimacy and closeness that you created. No, I'm not okay with it. And I don't know if I'll ever be. That's exactly the point. I had to drag it out of you. Why did you even feel like you couldn't tell me about the bond you created? How could I possibly trust you when you just keep things a secret from me because you think I'll get mad? Don't you understand that it's worse when you do that? There's nothing worse than your own wife keeping secrets from you. Of course I'm mad. You should have told me everything from the start, not wait until you're caught, until I have to pull it out of you. You've hidden nothing from me? Are you being serious? Fine. Let's take a trip down memory lane, shall we? I have nothing, not a single thing to be ashamed of. How about you, Princess? That night I confronted you about sneaking out of the keep. I knew about it, not because you told me, but because my king's guard did. Then I had to hear about your unhappiness. Not from you, but from my snake of a brother. And I only just now am finding out you two were practically best friends, nearly lovers. And then the kiss. You actually told me about that one yourself, but only after having kept it from me for weeks, and on the night before our wedding, of all days. And now I wonder why. Were you suffering from a guilty conscience, princess? I've trusted you with everything I have, and it's so hard for me to do so. Trusting is so foreign to me, but I've tried. And I've tried so hard, because I truly do love you. But this very conversation, me having to spell out the various ways you've maintained this air of secrecy throughout our relationship, is exactly what I'm talking about. I'm your husband, and you won't tell me the truth unless I have to literally berate and torture it out of you. I have trusted you with everything, but you don't trust me with anything. When we first started getting close, you had to tell me how it was so hard to trust me. You had to make it very clear. But with him, you felt safe enough to open up. I'm your husband. Why do I have to work so goddamn hard to try and convince you to let down your guard? With him, it's no issue. All these intimate secrets and deep conversations just spill out of you the moment you talk with him. But I have to work so hard just to get you to even show me a glimpse of that side of you. I don't understand. Why do you want to keep me at a perpetual distance? I love you, so I'm trying to put in the effort to get closer to you. But I don't understand why you get so nervous and uncomfortable when I try to bring us closer. But with him, you feel perfectly fine baring your soul to him. And that is the most infuriating part of all this. I am your husband. Why won't you just tell me the God's honest truth? Why are you making this so damn hard? You're terrified? What? What do you mean? Please, baby, please just talk to me. Shh. Don't cry, please. What has you so scared? Don't you dare speak like that. You are not a shitty person, nor are you a horrible wife. I'm just as new to this as you are, and it's okay. We are learning, right? I'm the one acting like an idiot. I shouldn't be raising my voice, screaming at you. I shouldn't have lost my temper. You know, I've never been this intimate and close to anyone before, either. I'm trying, but you have to be honest with me, even when it's painful, even when the conversations are hard to have and hurt like this. I'm sorry too, darling, and I do not want you to go. Please don't go. Don't leave me. I know I wear this impenetrable stoic bravado, but I'm still just a man. I'm possessive and I'm scared too. I don't want to lose you, so just please, stay. Don't give up on me. We have problems, but we can overcome this. I love you. We love each other. What we have, I doubt I could ever find again with another. This is worth fighting for. I just want you to stop trying to hide your feelings from me, and I will do the same. When you feel vulnerable, don't run. I can't stand to see you hurt. I am your husband. I am your rock. Let me be that for you. I will not falter. I will not crumble beneath the weight of your troubles. I will not fail you or abandon you. Is that what you fear? Is that what you think? That if you reveal your most vulnerable, darkest feelings to me, I'll leave? I know that fear all too well, even after everything I've shared with you. You still believe I'd do that? Because I won't. I would never do that to you. I don't know what disgraceful bastard taught you that showing vulnerability makes you deserving of abandonment, but that's simply not true in the slightest. Please, darling, all I want to do is protect you. I don't want you to suffer and feel alone because you're afraid I won't be able to handle your feelings, or even my own. Don't be afraid anymore. I'm here. I'm not going anywhere. I promise to protect you and keep you safe, my love. You can tell me anything you need to say. No matter what it is, I swear to you I will hear it. Don't close me out. I'm finally beginning to understand why you're drawn to my brother, despite my hatred of seeing you with him even for a single second. He's a runner, just like you, running away from his problems, from his duties, from life itself, hiding behind his alcohol and whores and parties. He's just trying to avoid having to be held accountable for anything, running away from any shred of responsibility. I have no doubt that he made you feel validated in your self-destructive and fleeing tendencies. He's just like you, but worse, far worse. Even a blind man could see how horribly this behavior has worked out for him. I don't want that for you, darling. I don't want you behaving like Aegon. I want you to have none of his behavior in you. I don't want you running away from me, like he runs away from everything. I used to envy his carefree attitude, thinking he had it so much easier than me. That's what I thought before I grew up and realized just how pathetic he truly was. After all, who do you think had to always be the one to clean up his destructive messes? Deal with the consequences? I have taken on his share of responsibility time and time again, without the slightest bit of gratitude for my efforts. He's not carefree, he's just reckless. He's a fool that hasn't experienced the meaning of responsibility in his entire life. I'm the one who had to take his place and step up as the true head of the family, the only one willing to do what's needed to protect our house. I would give my entire life to protect it, if that's what I had to do, because it's what a king does. From now on, nothing will be kept from me. I want no more secrets, darling. You and I, we are one. When you suffer, I suffer. And I won't live with myself if I watch you struggle, knowing I could have helped you. But you shut me out. I refuse to let you be in pain while I stand by, doing nothing but watching. I can't watch my wife confiding in another man without me. I want you to set those boundaries and stop entertaining my brother's affections. You need to set a line, not allowing any further interactions between you and him alone. That needs to stop. Now, you don't owe it to him. And you're not being mean for setting boundaries. That's the last thing you should feel guilty about, darling. I want you to feel free and comfortable with me. And I won't deny that things are going to be difficult from here. I know the way I act can be overwhelming, and that I can be possessive, and short-tempered, and impatient. I just can't bear the thought of losing you. Everything around us is so unstable, and it feels like nothing is certain. I don't want to lose you. I can't lose you. Please, darling, look at me. See me. Really see me. Look past what you think you see. See the man behind the stoic facade. Don't be fooled. I'm not as sturdy as I seem. Take a harder look. I'm just as capable of being completely shattered. You have more power over me than you realize. And you don't even know it. You have no idea how little it would really take to utterly destroy me. All it would take is you saying you don't want me anymore. You're not the only one who's never felt this way before. I have never once felt this strongly. I never thought I could. And I know what you mean. I'm absolutely terrified by just how weak I find myself whenever I'm around you. I sound ridiculous, but I can't even find it in me to care. I've let you have a power over me that I never would have allowed anyone else to have. I thought I was fine keeping to myself, never getting close to anyone. But then you came along and everything changed. You make me feel things I didn't know were possible for me to feel, and I don't ever want to lose that. But it scares me. I'm terrified you'll stop being mine, and I can't even imagine how I'd carry on if you did. There's something about you. I'm completely and utterly captivated by you in a way I didn't know was possible. It's terrifying. I feel like I'm completely out of control, almost as if you have a power over me that no one else has ever had. It would be so easy for you to hurt me, and yet I would let you. I would let you destroy me, completely. Sometimes I get these thoughts and doubts that you'll get tired of me, that I'm not what you want, and I'll wake up one day to find you gone. Forever. That I'll never see you again, feel your love, that you'll find someone better than me, that I'm not enough, I'm scared it's just a matter of time, that eventually you'll realize that you want someone better than me, that you'll come to your senses and leave me. When did I first realize? I'm not entirely sure. It was probably around the time I realized that I was actually falling in love with you. You shook up my entire world and turned it on its head. I couldn't keep up the strong, emotionless face anymore. You were the first and only weakness I've ever allowed myself to have. The first person to ever get through my walls and challenge the beliefs I held about myself. It all began with me feeling protective of you, wanting to keep you safe from harm. But then over time, the feeling just grew and developed. I found I was thinking about you more and more throughout the day. I started to crave your presence, your voice, always wanting to be with you. It was an overwhelming feeling, and I finally realized it was because I've fallen in love with you, darling. When I finally came to terms with how I truly felt, my abandonment issues came back with a vengeance. It's made me so afraid to lose you. There's this constant nagging thought in the back of my mind, waiting for the other shoe to drop, waiting to get that rug pulled out from under me. I can't help but feel on edge, especially since my brother is constantly poking and prodding at our relationship. He's just making things worse. I'm sorry for being so difficult, for acting the way I have been. I know it's because of my past trauma that I'm like this. I don't want you to think it's an excuse or a blame on you. I just need you to understand me, to understand where I'm coming from. I know you won't abandon me, and I won't leave you either. These are just my deepest fears, darling. I've never had anyone comfort me, not like this. I've never had someone just reach into my heart and pull out all my pain and suffering. Nobody's ever seen the real me, until now, not the way you have. You've given me this intimacy with you that I've never had before. I can't even imagine going back to the way things used to be. I'd be a shell of myself, completely empty. It seems we both have our share of demons to face, but we'll face them together. We'll be strong, we'll be there for each other. Through the good, the bad, and the ugly. We are bound together, my love. You're my wife, and I'm your husband. We'll get through this. We'll be fine. You're right. It has gotten quite late. Let's get some rest, my love. I think we've said quite enough tonight. I'm glad we had this conversation, too. It feels like a weight has been lifted. And I'm so glad we were able to be honest with each other. It's good to know we're on the same page, and that we both feel so much better. Please, no more apologizing. I understand completely. It's all right, and I'm so sorry I lost my temper earlier. I won't do it again, I promise. I love you. I just fear losing you, that's all. Come here. Let me hold you, darling. Close your eyes. Rest.